International Organization for Migration in Iraq is very concerned about the displacement situation. We know that more than 3.3 million Iraqis are displaced across the country. And according to our displacement tracking matrix, over 83,000 have been displaced just since mid-June. IOM in Iraq is distributing non-food item relief kits into Crete and in Erbil, Debaga camp, where many people from these areas in Salahadin and Nineveh have been displaced too. IOM is also providing transportation, health assistance, and camp management support to try to provide shelter for all of the displaced. But we know that the numbers are much greater than the humanitarian community can accommodate. In the last month, IOM has distributed more than 4,000 kits. These relief kits, including mattresses, blankets, towels, first aid kits, health kits, the things that displaced people need to survive their displacement kitchen sets. We've distributed more than 4,000 inclusive in Erbil, in Debaga area, and also in Salahadin to Crete. And since March, IOM has distributed more than nearly 20,000 of these relief kits. And we're providing health assistance in areas where additional displaced people are expected to be displaced too. These activities are in cooperation with United Nations agencies who are providing shelter, food, water, the items that displaced people need to survive this very difficult period. Sure, all of IOM's activities are in cooperation with local government and federal government, and we work with United Nations partners and non-governmental organizations who are also supporting these displaced people. There are hundreds of thousands of displaced people in these areas, and providing for them is a collective effort of partners, government together, and local communities to assist the displaced. Many displaced people flee their homes without anything. They cannot carry any items with them. So once they arrive, they need everything. They need shelter, food, water, non-food items, health assistance, anything you could think of in order to survive after they fled their homes. We have made requests for funding to the humanitarian community because millions and millions of dollars are needed in order to respond adequately to provide the food, the shelter, the household items that these people need to survive. A very limited percentage of the requested funding has been received, so we will be doing our best with the limited funding that we have to help the very most vulnerable who are displaced, the families who flee without anything, who are looking for shelter in their displacement. We're adding additional medical teams. We're gathering additional relief items, storing them in warehouses in areas where we expect this displacement to be directed. We know that the number of displaced will most likely be greater than the spaces available in camps. Many of the camps are already full, are over full. So IOM is working on procuring sealing off kits. So providing the wood and the plastic sheeting, the tarps, the materials that are needed that displaced people could create their own shelters. Those who are in unfinished buildings and buildings under construction, they could protect themselves from the very hard heat we have here this time of year and prepare for winter months. Many agencies are preparing tents, are getting their relief kits together, but we realize that the number of people displaced will be greater than the aid that we will have available.